the substance.
I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual.
According to Sexton, cult films are characterized by strange and weird aesthetics, transgressive content, and heightened intertextual self-awareness. These features often make camp and queer elements very common in cult cinema. This connection aligns with fans' expectation of cult films. Cult films often serve as platforms to challenge mainstream notions of gender and sexuality, using camp aesthetics and subversive narratives to challenge social norms. However, when examining depiction of female intimacy seen in cult films, a question arises. Do these moments truly represent queerness? Now, we will use Jennifer's Body as an example of camp cult film to explore whether depictions of female intimacy in cult films can be read as an expression of queerness. The story of Jennifer's Body revolves around the complex female emotions of two high school friends, Needy and Jennifer. The two protagonists are typical characters that you can see in teens drama. Needy is the conservative and good girl, while Jennifer is a popular cheerleader. The film blends unrelated elements such as high school drama, dark humor, and horror, such techniques enhancing the film's weirdness and challenging genre expectations. Jennifer's transformation into a succubus and her violent attacks on male victims change the usual horror tropes of women as the passive victims. The cult film's characteristic of rebellion also reflected at the subversion of the traditional hero save the damsel in distress trope. One of the climaxes of the film is when Needy rushes to save her boyfriend. This scene highlights a reversal of conventional male-centric perspective storytelling. The camp aesthetics reflect not only at the costume and setting design, but it frequently delivers the most unexpected line in the moment of dire confrontation.
My tit. No, your heart.
Susan Sontag describes camp as a solvent of morality. It neutralizes moral indignation, sponsored playfulness. Jennifer's Body adopts a playful approach to diffuse tension, perfectly aligning with its overall narrative style.
How could I ever be insecure? I was the snowflake queen.
Yeah. 2 years ago when you were socially relevant.
I am still socially relevant.
And when you didn't need laxatives to stay skinny.
This can be seen as a form of ironic mockery, where usually life and death struggles are heavy content, but in Jennifer's Body, it's about laxative and the snowflake queen. In Jennifer's Body, the dynamics between the female characters raise questions about the portrayal of intimacy. Jennifer, as a female monster, presents an image that is both highly seductive and dangerous. Her appearance and behavior combine notion of female attractiveness with violence and defiance. Breaking free from conventional frameworks and embodying what Benshoff calls the lure of the deviant. Through this unconventional supernatural representation, Jennifer's characters help establish the film's cult and camp sensibility.
I am a god. Okay.
You're totally lesbian gay.
What? She's my best friend.
While Jennifer and Needy intimate scene open up the possibility of queer reading in the film itself does not offer a clear direction.
Come on, Needy, let me stay the night. We can play boyfriend-girlfriend like we used to.
Jennifer's explanation of her action keeps their relationship within the bounds of traditional gender roles, reverting to a heterosexual framework. Because of this ambiguity, the film might be considered as queerbaiting, which the Oxford Dictionary defined as the incorporation of potentially LGBTQ characters or relationships into films as a way of appealing to or pandering to LGBTQ audience, while being deliberately reserved and ambiguous.
I go both ways.
In this way, the film offered only fleeting moments of ambiguity without a more substantive queer narrative. Queer fans interpreted Jennifer's bisexual tendency, making the movie popular in the queer fandom. However, when the film came out, the marketing team targeted male audience, using Megan Fox's sexuality and the intimacy scene to gain audience attention, which led to a poor overall reception of the film, because the film was not what they expected. Director Diablo Cody defined the theme of this film as female friendship, which cut off some possibility for Jennifer's and Needy relationship, lead to accusation of queerbaiting from the production side for Jennifer's and Needy intimate moments. To sum up, the characteristic of Ken align tightly with the aesthetics of cult films, which embrace exaggerated, strange, unconventional, and rebellious attitude. These elements are often linked to queerness and gender performance. Jennifer's Body, as a cult film featuring a complex dynamic between female characters, presents moments that hint at queerness but ultimately fails to explore this potential further. Instead, it falls into area of queerbaiting, offering a few ambiguous queer reading spaces without fully committing to a substantive queer narrative.